What's up guys, Kirk with What's New Video Games here with another guide video, and this time I'm going to show you how to unlock Yasuke in less than 2 hours, 2 hours or less, however you want to word it, because you might be surprised if I told you that it actually took me 17 hours to unlock Yasuke in Assassin's Creed Shadows. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows for about 20 hours now. Thank you to Ubisoft for getting me a copy of the game early. Really appreciate that and appreciate being a part of their creator program. And the reason that I'm part of that creator program is because of you guys for watching my videos, for liking my videos, and for subscribing to the channel. So make sure to subscribe to the channel for some more Assassin's Creed Shadows content and more content down the line around new video game releases. But yeah, it took me a long time to unlock Yasuke. 17 hours or close to it at the very least. It was more than 15, I know that. And that's pretty insane given how heavily and prominently Yasuke has been featured in the marketing for this game. So I wanted to make this guide because I figured there's probably people out there that are buying this game solely for the purpose of like that they're really interested in playing Yasuke, or maybe not exclusively interested in playing Yasuke, but that's kind of, you know, a major reason why they want to dive into this game. And then, you know, you don't get access to him for a pretty lengthy period of time. I don't necessarily recommend this method unless you're like really wanting to play with Yasuke, because we're going to try to unlock him as fast as humanly possible, basically, almost like a speed run, and I'm going to walk you through step by step. But initially, I will say, I really didn't like Naoe's character. I thought she was very juvenile, I thought she was very whiny, and I still maintain the fact that I think that in her like younger days, in her past, you know, the memories that you play through when she's in Iga, she's not incredibly likable. But because of the extended time that I spent with her character, I watched her develop into a formidable assassin, a shinobi assassin. And so like I became more invested with her character because I spent so much time playing with her exclusively. And I think that's probably why they've set it up this way. But even still, you know, for those of you who are coming in, you've been playing the game for a while, or you just got the game and you're like, where's Yasuke? I want to play with Yasuke. This guide's for you so that you don't have to waste any time unlocking him and can play as him when you want to, because he's there and available for you to play as. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you exactly how to unlock him in 2 hours. Now, the first thing that I would highly recommend if you are using this method to unlock Yasuke as quickly as possible is set the difficulty on story. I know it's like, you know, super noobish thing to do, but for our purposes of what we're trying to do, we're just trying to get through to the point where we unlock Yasuke as quickly as possible, and we can always change the difficulty later. So set that difficulty on story is what I would recommend. And then you can turn on guided exploration to make this easier, but you lose the ability to unlock some trophies. So I would just suggest watch my video, like just use this video as your guide, and then you can set map markers, and then you can keep guided exploration off and then still have access to unlocking those trophies in the meantime. So I'm going to pick this guide up about 30 minutes into the game. If you're skipping all the cutscenes, it's going to be a lot longer if you're not doing that. You can go either method, but it's where Soren and Jinjiru have taken in Naoe, helped her get back to full health after she was hurt, and now she's setting out on her journey. And the first place we're going to want to go is the Hideout. So it's pretty nearby. It's right here on the map. Pretty sure on either exploration mode that's going to be highlighted on your map. So we're just going to jump on our horse and ride to that location. By the way, you can hold left on the D-pad on PlayStation or Xbox to turn Pathfinder mode on or off in either exploration mode, and it will show you the path to wherever your marker or quest objective is. So we arrive at the Hideout. The next thing we're going to do after talking to Tomoko is collect some resources from two specific locations. So the first one is over here on the right. Again, I don't think it gives you any indication of where these are. So you're going over here on the right, and then the other one is on the left, just across the way here. And once you get all of these resources, you're going to be able to build this structure. I cannot pronounce the name of it, but it allows you essentially to fast travel, use the scouting system. We're not going to need to use any of that. The homie Jinjiro shows up. Of course, we're going to let him stay with us because he helped us get back to full health. And at this point in the game, you're going to unlock the Onryo board where you can see your targets and plan out your assassinations. And this is what we want to engage with. Only this, nothing else. And we're going to go after the Golden Teppo in the city of Sakai. Now, if you have guided exploration mode turned on, this is going to be a breeze. You can just go to this location because it points out exactly where you need to go. But if you have it turned off, which I'd recommend so you have full access to trophies, just place a map marker here on this corner, and that's where we're going to go, and you can follow my guide. We're going to get on our horse and ride to that location, right? Okay, so we're just going along the path. You can turn that Pathfinder on, go to your map marker, and once you arrive in the city of Sakai, we're going to want to talk to several firearm merchants. Now, you may be able to actually skip this step, but it's very quick. So just run up to this one right here, right in front of you, and then the other two are on the left of where we set that marker. And then immediately behind the third one, there will be these two gentlemen that you need to eavesdrop on. That's really what you need to do. Engage them with a quick game of tag, and then you should be able to go to this location on the map where you can open this door and talk to this gentleman here. That's going to set you along the path for this quest, which is sort of like a tea ceremony that you need to prepare for. You're going to follow this guy for a little bit, and then once you're done talking to him, you can go to this spot on the map here. We're going to run over there and talk to this guy right here. His friend's going to tell you about the ceremony and all the things you need to do for that. You can skip through all those cutscenes if you want to, and then we're going to go to this spot here. This is a woman that is going to help prepare you your kasode to go to this ceremony. Once you're done talking to her, go directly behind, and there's a boat right here, a little barge boat type thing. You're just going to take this and sail it all the way out to this boat here in the distance on the left, and we're just trying to loot a specific chest on this boat. So you're gonna sail this over to the boat over here, dispatch with a couple of unsuspecting enemies, assassinate this guy, and take care of him as well, and then the chest should be right there for you to loot. You're just going to run off the side of the boat, and there should be another boat, barge, dinghy type thing waiting for you to sail back to land. We're going to sail back to her, talk with her, and then after that, you can go here to the actual ceremony, which is located on the map right here. Again, I don't know if these specific spots are marked, but that's why I'm putting them in the video in case they are not. If you have that guided exploration mode off, you're going to run down here and then to the left and talk with the same guy that you talked with before, and this should initiate the ceremony. So a little ways in, you're going to be taking part in the ceremony. Make sure that you bow halfway, and then also subsequently turn the bowl to the right twice, and you will have nailed it, made a great impression in the ceremony. And then after that, you can do what you really came here to do, which is confront Wakasa, who happens to be the Golden Teppo. After talking with her for a bit, she will take you back to her home, where you can immediately go around this wall and pick up this rifle.
That's not a toy.
I know.
So, since we're trying to unlock Yasuke as quickly as we possibly can in this guide, let's check in on our time. We should be at about the 1 hour mark here if we've been skipping all the cutscenes. Next, after you finish that first quest, you're going to go down south from Sakai to the Gansenji Temple. It should be just down the road and over this bridge, and the temple should be pretty hard to miss. If you just go straight to the south there, you should see this kind of archway. And once you arrive, you will notice that there is a battle going on. So you're going to take part in that, kill a few of the enemies, and then talk to the NPC there. Once you talk to him, you're going to go on a long journey to the north. You're going to be going to this point here, which you can kind of mark on your map based on these lines here, or this corner of the road. Get on your horse and be prepared to ride for quite a long way. You're going to come to this coastline, and then you're actually going to have to take a little bit of a swim here to get across the channel. I think this is the only way to do this, to get over to the other side of this body of water here, this river. You're just going to go across there, and then eventually you're going to come up north here to this waterfall, which is where the NPC that you need to talk to currently is. After you speak with him, you're then going to go to this exact spot here where there is a tree that you can climb, and then you can have a overlook of this encampment here where one of your targets is going to be. This part is a little bit tricky in terms of the fact that we're not really leveling up. We're just doing this as a speed run. So I will leave this part in to show exactly how I killed this guy without alerting any of the guards.
I am honored to cleanse these lands of traitors to Lord Oda Nobunaga. Do not beg like cowards. Your tears will not stop my blade.
After we've taken care of our target, we can then follow this road around the bend to the north, which will actually lead us to this hostile town. Yes, you'll need to sneak in because the enemies will attack you, where we need to infiltrate and stealthily retrieve this quest item. It's a statue that we will then bring back to the same guy that we found at the waterfall. So we're going to follow the main road back to the waterfall on horseback and talk to the same person again and let him know that you're ready. You're then going to go to the south to find a NPC that you're going to talk to that will set things in motion for you to go and participate in a battle. Eventually, you are going to participate in this battle, and you're going to do your part and help by taking out the snipers, which are up on the ramparts. So you're going to take out, I think it's 5 snipers in total. And after you're finished with that task, you're going to scale along the northern wall until you can find your target, Wada Koratake. Hope I said that right. And you need to assassinate him. Make sure you're careful of the castle guard elites, but you can hide in this box object right here, and eventually the target will pass by and you can make short work of him. So at this point, we're making relatively good time, and if you're trying to unlock Yasuke as quickly as possible by speedrunning and skipping all the cutscenes, you can even keep it under an hour and 30 minutes. With about 30 minutes to go now, we will just fast travel to the hideout, and then we'll be able to proceed with the next quest, the next and final quest, I should say, which starts with meeting Mitsuhide close to the hideout, just down the road at the Katano Temple, which we can follow the main road to. And you may actually already have a fast travel point here, depending on if you got it in the prologue with Nawe. But when you arrive, you don't have to worry about the enemies. They will just let you inside. You will have a conversation with Mitsuhide. Again, I'm just covering like the necessary spoilers to tell y'all what you need to do step by step. But after that, you're going to place a marker right here on the map, which you're going to then get on your horse. And the reason I put that marker there is it's the exact point at which we want to find a boat along the shoreline, which we are then going to use for the next part of our journey, which is a long one. You can do it by horse, but you have to go up the entirety of this river to the north, all the way up here to this particular marker. And again, I don't know if this will be marked for you guys if you have the guide mode set to off, but this way, if you're using the boat, you know exactly where to go because you're going all the way up the river. I'm also going to leave some clips in just to kind of show you the route that I took. Make sure you go left at this fork here, or else you might get lost. But yeah, you could use the horse to go this whole length, this little trek that we're on. But I think that the boat is, I mean, it's a little more interesting just to change things up a little bit if you're doing this method. And also, you know exactly where to go because you're going along the river. Plus, I mean, goodness gracious, like Ubisoft definitely did a good job here with the scenic vistas and views that you've got in this game. But here's our guy here that we're going to need to talk to, so you can just disembark there. And after you talk with him, you're going to need to do another infiltration mission where you're trying to retrieve some papers at this location here. I recommend going into the compound on this left corner here by scaling this wall and then taking this route to get to the item unseen. After retrieving the papers, you can just leave out the same way that you came in, that corner of the compound, and then you're just going to go down the road to the south, back to the same exact guy that you already talked with under the bridge. Just get on your horse and go down the main road. Make sure you turn to the right here. And we're just going back to the same place, talk to the same guy. Now, after talking with him, you're actually going to be able to meet with Mitsuhide again, which is going to start the final part of all this, which is a big battle. And before you start this, make sure that difficulty is set to story mode. That's going to make this a heck of a lot more doable. But you're just going to follow this route. You can just follow the route I take here on this guide. It doesn't matter if you get seen by these people, because all you got to do is make it over this and to a door at the end of all this, and it will start the boss fight against Nobunaga Oda. Again, sorry for spoiling that, but this is a guide about exactly how to unlock Yasuke, and it's a fair way into the story. This fight is kind of difficult, even on the story difficulty. I guess it's not that difficult, but we definitely want to give ourselves a chance here by equipping the items and weapons that we unlocked, the quests that we did. So make sure that you equip those to make this doable. And I'm also gonna leave the footage in here to show that I did do this, just to show that it's possible. Again, you guys may breeze through this, but yes, I did this whole fight and beat him, and I died the first time because I didn't equip this stuff. So make sure you equip this stuff to make it a little bit easier for you. You may want to make sure that the difficulty is all the way down before you come to this area. I was not able to change the difficulty once I was actually in this fight. But, you know, you can play at any difficulty you want, and obviously if you're using this guide, not to speedrun, not to skip the cutscenes, but just to figure out where to actually get to Yasuke more organically without skipping everything, that you can do that as well. But that is it. After you defeat Nobunaga Oda, you will unlock Yasuke to play as, and one of the cool things about this is that if we do use the 2-hour method, which if we have a look here, yes, it's clocking in at just about 2 hours. I didn't skip all the cutscenes for this video because I wanted to get some of the cutscenes like to kind of, you know, sprinkle through the video as some B-roll, as some footage. But the cool thing here is that we actually have the exact amount of skill points needed to master every single one of Yasuke's skills, even by using this method of speedrunning through the game, skipping the cutscenes, and unlocking them as quickly as possible. So you can have a fully leveled up Mastery 1 Yasuke to play as in Assassin's Creed Shadows. And we did it as quickly as we possibly could, and I hope that this guide helped. If you were unlocking him as quickly as you could, or just if you were like, where the heck is Yasuke? I've been playing this game for 10 hours. I don't know where he is. I really hope this helped any and all of you that watched, and I appreciate you. Please subscribe and like the video, and I'll have some more content coming soon. Thanks.